Hey guys, what's up? Nick here once again, and this is going to be my list of the top 10 best endings in the Twisted Metal series. So let's get right into it. So I want to start out by saying this was by far the most difficult list to put together from these top 10 videos that I've been doing. The main reason for this is because almost every ending in every single game has a special place in my heart for just being either it's insanely cheesy and stupid to the point of being hilarious, or just actually being heart-wrenching and deep and interesting. And these top 10, even though I was able to thankfully narrow it down to only 10 of them out of the entire 8 games here, out of these top 10, the actual order really doesn't matter. I love all of these pretty much the exact same, but I did try my hardest to put it in a list that went from 10 as the, I guess, least best, down to number 1 as the epitome of Twisted Metal endings, the best of the best. But again, I love all these for what they are. Starting out at number 10, this one's going to shock some people, but yes, it is a Twisted Metal 3 ending, believe it or not. And no, I'm not trying to be biased because you guys may or may not know that I'm a huge fan of TM3 and 4. I do enjoy those games, but I'm not oblivious. And I know that those endings all are pretty trash. And this is the only one in the entire game that always gets a laugh out of me and always just, it's had a special place in my heart because it's just so damn stupid. Mr. Grimm's ending literally was only created as like a joke. There's really no wish to be had here or really any punchline. It's just straight up, it's the joke. Haha, like, good job. So Mr. Grimm gets off of his motorbike and he wishes for Calypso's soul. Because as the previous games have established, Mr. Grimm is the Grim Reaper and he wants souls, he feeds off souls, and he's hungry. And in this one, he's extremely hungry. And he wants Calypso's soul out of anybody's. So, what does Calypso give him? The literal sole of his shoe. He curb stomps him. And I think the reason this joke is so funny is because of the editing choice. It literally goes from Calypso saying like, "Oh, you want my soul?" And then it cuts to this camera angle as if Mr. Grimm is just laying on the ground, or he's only like a foot tall for some reason, looking up at Calypso, who's like a giant. And he just, as he's doing his monologue, he steps on him. He kills Grimm, apparently. Squashes him like a bug. It's one of those things where I kind of wish they would have did a little more work here with it, added like a scene maybe where he's getting shrunk by Calypso or something to explain why the camera shift happens. But the fact they don't do that just makes it that much more hilarious. So that's why TM3's Mr. Grimm Wish lands up at number 10. Number 9 has got to be Twisted Metal 4's The Joneses. I wanted to get at least one ending from TM4, even though I gotta admit, I'm not really a fan of pretty much any of them. This is the only one, though, that always got a chuckle out of me as a kid, and it still does as an adult. It's extremely stupid, but it's still funny. I don't know. Just the thought of Sweet Tooth driving a motorhome with an entire family on it, and he just chooses to end it all and kill everybody just to get out of that situation is extremely based. So, yeah, TM4, The Joneses, is at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is Twisted Metal Black's Brimstone. Twisted Metal Black, it has a special place in my heart, just like every other game in this series, but I've always loved TM Black. But after coming back to it as an adult and doing the full playthroughs and watching all the ending scenes and everything myself, I kind of realized that Kongdu, my buddy, who also is a TM creator you guys might know, he kind of hit the nail on the head that this game really just centers around revenge. Literally 7 of them or 8 of them, it's one of the 2 of these endings, all revolve around revenge and getting revenge on somebody they dislike. And it does get old after a while, so it was tough because I wanted to put more TM Black endings in this list. However, Brimstone really does stand out to me just because I love his character. He's very just insane, psycho, crazy. It really does delve deep into the psychological torment or state of somebody who's that mentally unstable. It's interesting. It is horrific in a lot of ways, and I really appreciate that they went that far with this character. Yes, I can understand it can be offensive to, you know, Christians and stuff like that, but for me personally, I've always really enjoyed Brimstone's story, as messed up as it is, especially at the end. So yeah, that's why I'm putting Brimstone at number 8, just because of the ambition they put into it and to put this kind of a character into the game. It has to be put on some type of pedestal. Number 7 is Twisted Metal Head-On Axel's ending. This one, I mean, come on, this has to be on any top 10 list of endings in Twisted Metal. I mean, it is insanely stupid. It's by far probably the stupidest ending in Twisted Metal Head-On, but that's why it's so funny. Like, it just, I absolutely love it, because Axel to me has always been one of the most serious characters in the series. Like, he just is a guy wanting to get out of this metal machine that his father placed him in. Of course, I'm disregarding TM3 here because for some reason he jumped back into it willingly. But anyway, so in this game, he has the ability to exit and get in the vehicle, like, I guess, a wheelchair in a way. So kind of cool that he upgraded and he's able to be more able, I guess. But his wish is just straight up world peace. Like, he just wants the Twist Metal contest to end. He wants people to be happy, and I gotta respect that. I mean, he's not doing any type of a selfish act with his wish. Yes, he's killing people in the contest to get to this ending, but who cares? He wants world peace, right? Axel gets tased right as he's saying, I want peace. And instead, it sounds like he says, I want pizza. So he's given a full, delicious looking pie, and he's obviously visibly upset. So that must be the best pizza of all time to go through an entire Twist Metal contest for it. So it's just so funny. It's got to be at number 7. Number 6 is another character from Twist Metal Black, Roadkill. The main reason I'm putting him on this list is just because of the memes, man. I mean, there's so many iconic lines that came through these stories and so many images that have come out of the story to be placed into not only my community, but the Twist Metal Federation Discord. You guys know it. It's just, Roadkill is an insanely good meme. He's amazing. I love him. Love John Doe, my boy Doe. And yeah, I got to put him on this list. Even if the story itself isn't that amazing, it does have a pretty good twist at the end, I got to admit. The first time I saw this as a kid, it did blow my mind. I was like, oh, wow, that's fucked up. So I do like his ending in this one. I think it all ties together, and it's not just a straight up revenge plot. So that's why I got to give it a little bit of a leg up over the other ones in this game. So yeah, Twist Metal Black, Roadkill is at number 6. Coming in at number 5 is going to be Twisted Metal Small Brawl, Mr. Slam. I gotta be honest, I love Small Brawl. You guys may or may not know this, but in my best to worst Twisted Metal games video, I actually ranked Small Brawl as my favorite of all time, for many reasons. And I do like the endings in this game. I don't think there's one that I really dislike. Maybe Warthogs is the weakest, but that whole character in general is kind of the weakest, so it makes sense. But otherwise, I really like the endings in this game, so narrowing it down to just one was very difficult. So for me, the number 1 best ending in Small Brawl is Mr. Slam. There's just something so iconic about Calypso getting his just desserts, and it's literally getting shit on by Mr. Slam. It's just so fucking funny. It's so good. Can't beat it. So yeah, easily number 5. Number 4 is from Twist Metal Head-On once again, and this is Sweet Tooth's ending. There is a lot of comedy in the Head-On endings, and I do like a lot of them for what they are. But I actually really enjoy this one because it is kind of funny, but at the same time, it's just an interesting take on Sweet Tooth's psyche and like what he wants. So normally in these games, Sweet Tooth is just an insane clown. He's not really thinking for himself. He's just going off instinctive killing. Like, he's just insane. But in Head-On, they wanted to give him more personality, and I respect it. So they actually took cues from Twisted Metal 4 in the sense of Sweet Tooth taking over the contest and Calypso becoming a contestant. And maybe they were trying to do this for like another game. They were trying to make a sequel to Head-On, and it would have been Calypso being a character who's playable. Who knows? But in this ending, Sweet Tooth wishes to become Calypso and Calypso to become Sweet Tooth. They switch sides after Calypso tries to say like, you can't do that, and some power above him makes the wish happen anyway. So again, it kind of opens this wormhole of like, what is controlling Calypso's powers and why does he not have control over that? It was kind of interesting. But either way, they switch sides, and Calypso gets killed, which he's now in Sweet Tooth's body, so Sweet Tooth's body gets killed. And now Sweet Tooth is in Calypso's body. It's kind of confusing, but Sweet Tooth is now running the contest. And then it ends. So it's open to interpretation of what happens after that, but again, I like this one a lot because it makes you think, and it just is the first time we've seen Sweet Tooth actually have some type of motive and thought process that isn't just, I need to kill something. So yeah, that's why Twist Metal Head-On Sweet Tooth is at number 4. Number 3 is Twisted Metal 1 Lost Ending of Darkseid, aka Mr. Ash. I was debating on even putting any of these in this list because they're not in the game technically. They were scrapped. But I mean, god damn it, these endings are so iconic. They're so stupid. They're so 90s cheeseball that like, you gotta put them on a list, man. You gotta acknowledge them in some way, shape, or form. And it was incredibly hard to narrow it down to just one of these. So for me, the best ending in Twisted Metal 1, the Lost Endings, is Darkseid. Again, I love almost every single one of these. I really was torn between this one and Yellow Jackets and Mr. Grimm's. Like, they're all so good. But for me, Darkseid's ending just, it's just the epitome of everything cheeseball and great about these endings. So you have the really terrible dialogue, terrible writing. You have the really terrible acting. You have the really terrible special effects. I mean, Black looks just, I don't know what he's supposed to be, but he looks like a Folgers can with paper mache paper around it with some red eyes. It's very weird looking. It's very kind of creepy because of it. And the screaming from Calypso is so iconically stupid and cheesy. It's just so funny. Everything just comes together for a perfect just 90s cheeseball moment, and I can't love it enough. So that's why Twist Metal 1's Darkseid ending has got to be at number 3. Coming in at number 2 is Twist Metal 2's Mortimer / Shadows ending. This was actually pretty tough because it almost was my number 1, but I kept going back and forth with my number 1 and 2 picks. But I just love this ending. I love the fact that Calypso kind of gets his just desserts in Twist Metal 2, which honestly doesn't really happen except for Minion's ending. And even though Calypso does get out of it at the end, he does find a way to weasel his way out of it. It's still hilarious to me how this works, where this Mortimer shows up, opens his box of souls, and they carry him into the sky. He just flies away. And he's just soaring through the sky. I just imagine people on the ground like looking up and seeing Calypso floating through the sky slowly, screaming in agony, like wanting to get down. It's just hilarious to me. I don't know. And also the effects and the art in this one is really beautiful. I don't think enough people appreciate that. The artwork in TM2 is just so damn good. So yeah, I absolutely love this ending, and that's why it's at number 2. And drum roll, please. Coming into our number 1 spot is going to be Twisted Metal 2, Axel's ending. I know a lot of you may be shocked. Oh my god, like Nick praising TM2, like that never happens. And I've said this before, that even though I don't love TM2's gameplay, I love the endings. I mean, all of the endings are so damn good. I really don't have one that I truly dislike. Maybe it's Sweet Tooth is the only one that I can think of where I'm just like, that was stupid as hell. But everything else I absolutely love. I don't mind these endings whatsoever. And TM2's Axel ending, it's not funny, it's not cheeseball. It really stands out because it has some genuine feels in it, has some genuine heart to it. The actual voice acting is really good as well. I don't know who they chose to do the voice actor of Axel, but he knocked it out of the park with it. The whole story of him going through the entire contest, dealing with the pain of being stuck in this machine just to confront his father, and then he literally rips himself out of the machine, ripping his arms off, and then walks away into the field, dripping blood. Like, yeah, it's such an iconic ending that it just sticks out like a sore thumb, but in a good way. Because every other ending in this game is so cheeseball or has a pun to it, or Calypso gets his way, that it just gets to a point where like you're just expecting every ending to be stupid and silly and funny. And granted, there are some other ones that are deep. I'm not saying Axel's the only one like this, but it definitely stands out as the most like visceral, like wow, that was deep. And that's why I gotta hand it to TM2's Axel for being number 1. It's just the best ending in the entire series. It's so damn good. I haven't met one person who dislikes it. So, what is your top 10 best endings in Twisted Metal? Let me know in the comments section below. I'm super curious to hear your guys' thoughts, and I appreciate every one of you for watching until the end. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to leave a like, share, support as always. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and we'll hopefully see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. Before we head out, I want to give a huge special thank you to our channel members. These are amazing people who are wanting to support the channel and the content here. And if you want to do the same, you can click the little join button underneath every single new upload. And in becoming a channel member not only supports me and the channel, but also gives you a ton of perks in doing so, including early access to new content and being a part of exclusive polls and information that other people would not be able to access. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you again so much for the love and support, and we'll hopefully see you in the next one. Peace out.